Up first this evening, claims and counterclaims over which party is stealing the other's ideas.
Well, that is it. That is the question. Whose vision is it? Who is the culprit? Whose idea or vision is leading Jamaica forward? Well, you're about to find out. You know what? Let's jet into this story. Welcome to Jet. So first and foremost, before we get into what the JLP shows us that they've done and what the PMP tells us that they will do, and then I will reveal whose vision really stands out for Jamaica's future, give thanks to Yahweh and to Yahushua. Yes, man. So recently I dropped these two videos, one saying that Jamaica will be the second richest per capita soon, and then I dropped the other video saying that Jamaica has the world's fastest crime rate drop, and they've been successful and a lot of people have been engaging in the debate. Some agree with what I've put out and some disagree, as you'd expect, and there is no doubt that the facts of the matter is that Jamaica is definitely growing and Jamaica crime rates have dropped dramatically, and that has been recognized by the international community. Yes, man, them say Jamaica are going good when it comes to crime and them are growing the economy. That's why then Thief with Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark. Yes, man. So there is no doubt that Jamaica is becoming a success story, and a lot of international eyes are on Jamaica, and they will definitely try and take what they can or perhaps model of Jamaica as Jamaica continues to grow and progress. So over the last few weeks, everyone was saying the Right Honorable Dr. Andrew Holness should call the election, and everybody was saying, why is he not calling the election? Well, I'm afraid that if him confident say I'm going to win him for call election, man, and get it over and done with. You know, he's been on television and campaigning and moving around a lot of people. Why don't he call the election? Well, he did.
So earlier today, I advised His Excellency the Governor General of my intention to announce the general elections I now declare that nomination day will be Monday, August 18th. And the general election date is fixed at Wednesday, September 3.
Ring the bell, them every now. Ring the bell, them.
So now he called the election, and one thing that Jet evaluate and observe is that the 2020 election was called on the same date, September 3. And I think the previous election before that was September 3. It looked like Dr. Andrew Holness loves September 3. Here on your screen you can see how they performed at the 2020 election, where the Labour Party did win a good chunk of the vote, 57.0%, and the PNP 42.76%. So the Labour took it away from Dr. Peter Phillips. Yes, man. So he's now called the election, and then the question is, what is his vision? Well, he put out his vision, and there's been a lot of accusation going around as to who stole whose vision and who stole whose ideas. That you will find out as we progress further down into the video, because what I'm about to really reveal will shock you, because a lot of people are claiming authenticity, but is it really? So the People's National Party produced their manifesto after the Labour Party produced their achievements, and there has been some sort of criticism as to suggest that the Labour Party should now produce their manifesto because the PMP, they've released theirs, and the Labour Party came out swinging at the PMP's manifesto, accusing it of being rushed and ill-judged, and also accusing it of not being properly thought through, and that there's been a lot of spelling errors and there's been a lot of problems and fault with it. The PMP hit back.
Up first this evening, claims and counterclaims over which party is stealing the other's ideas.
After its manifesto launch this week, officials from the People's National Party said they were holding back further details from the document amid concerns that the governing Jamaica Labour Party had been stealing its ideas.
Now, the JLP has since hit back, suggesting it is the PNP which has reproduced its plans in its just released manifesto. They were speaking at a press briefing today. Now,
if they want to put out a AI-generated cut and paste document, for me it's an insult to the people of Jamaica and the intelligence of the people of Jamaica. But that's their business.
When I read through it, it was very clear to me that you could say that the PMP chooses the Jamaica Labour Party. That's what I got from the manifesto. We're not doing one meal for our students who are on path. For our schools where we have children who are underperforming, I have announced on several occasions that come September, we're going to be doing 2 meals per day, breakfast and lunch, for all of those vulnerable children. And so when I read ease, I say that is our policy too, that has been cut and pasted.
So Mark Golding clapped back at yesterday's rally in Crossroad about his manifesto and deny that AI wrote the manifesto. And this is what he had to say. Watch this.
The manifesto has been published. They call a meeting even though they don't publish any manifesto to try and disrespect our manifesto. All talking about is artificial intelligence write that manifesto. Well, I can tell you how that manifesto was written. We had a series of retreats of the shadow cabinet, and all of our spokespersons had to present what they would like to see as the policies of the party in government. And we looked at all of what they brought forth, and those that made sense and were achievable, we have included them in our manifesto. And I personally edited the manifesto a week ago to make sure that everything in it was something I felt comfortable with. So there's no artificial intelligence in that manifesto. It's real intelligence in the manifesto, and it's a pathway to give a better life to Jamaica.
So 2 parties, 2 paths. The Jamaica Labour Party put out its achievements first. Roads, housing, farming, digital tools, you name it. Then came the PNP with a manifesto that sounds ambitious, but there is a twist. Come on people, do the right thing man by liking the video and subscribe to the channel. Many of those new ideas are already things the JLP says they've done or are doing right now. So the real question is, whose vision is authentic and whose vision is recycled? Let's break it down for you. So on the issue of justice, yes man, the court system and how they plan to reform it, the PMP put out their reform strategy in orange and the JLP put out theirs. And when you have a closer look at the manifesto, you'll see what the JLP said and what the PMP said. So the JLP said they expanded courts, legal aid, family courts and digital court system. The PMP promises to expand and modernize courts, broader access to justice and strengthen constitutional reform. So both focus on better court access and expanded legal aid, though the JLP frames it as already achieved while the PMP frames it as a promise. It looks as if it's something that appears to have been taken from the JLP achievement. I mean, you can go and read both programs by yourself and form your own judgment. So the PMP is pledging improvements in areas that the JLP says are already underway. The PMP did go beyond what the JLP didn't mention, and I don't know if the JLP will put this into their manifesto, but I'm very happy for what the PMP said, and I'll discuss that further down in the video as we get down deeper into the video, because what the PMP proposes was something really good and something that Jet definitely welcome and would love to see implemented. Yes, man. So under education, the JLP delivered 200,000 tablets, free heart programs, STEM lab better teacher pay, while the PMP wants to remove taxes on laptops, add AI curriculum, more teacher benefits. Yes, man, the PMP is just echoing JLP digital learning push, but rebrands it with AI and new teacher package. So all those perks the PMP suggested already mentioned in the JLP achievement. Now let's just move on to agriculture and food security. Yes, man, the JLP promises and to some part implemented irrigation expansion, farmer insurance, cold storage, RADA app, loans and grants. Now the PMP promises a national irrigation plan. Sounds familiar? Insurance for farmers. Sound familiar? Cold storage hub. Sounds familiar? Agritech app. Yes, man. This is almost a copy and paste of JLP achievements. The only difference is packaging. So you can see why the JLP is talking about a copy and paste in AI generated manifesto based on some of their policies. Is transport and infrastructure. So you can see that what the JLP said that they've done and probably continue doing is that they are looking at highway, bus fleet upgrade, the CNG buses, Morant Bay Urban Centre, water system. The PMP promises road management plan, farm to market roads, RIDE, school bus, water by 2030. Yes, man. So the PMP promises what JLP already delivered, like school transport and water projects. Once again, you can understand why the JLP is saying that this manifesto was a copy of some of its achievement. So let's now move on to housing and land. The JLP said 34,000 homes built, faster land titling, reduce NHT interest rates, while the PMP said NHT for affordable housing, expanding land titling, community renewal. Now, what did you observe from that? Housing and land titling, one of JLP's headline achievements, shows up again in the PMP manifesto promises. Wow. So the last thing we're going to talk about is digital economy and innovation. Yes, man, the JLP tech startup accelerator, digital platforms like iRefins, RADA app, and the PMP 4.0 AI digital hubs, tech jobs, MSME support. Yes, man. So what you have here is that both push digital innovation, but JLP has pilots running while PMP is painting a bigger future vision. So there is some vision there for the PMP. Yes, man. So I promised you earlier on that there is something that the PMP launched to which I really love. Yes, man, and here it is. Replacing the British monarchy with a Jamaica president. Yes, man. Chosen by the people and accountable to the people. Mark is also planning that he would make the Caribbean Court of Justice Jamaica final court instead of going to the Privy Council in the UK. This is very good. I hope JLP put this in their manifesto as well, because this is something that a lot of Jamaicans would resonate with, and they're calling for a republic style sort of system and remove the king as the head of state, because there's no point in we having a king at the head of state and we're part of the Commonwealth and Jamaicans need visa to go to the UK. Doesn't make sense. And I wonder whether this is some sort of compromise by the Jamaica Labour Party administration, because recently there has been talks about UK lifting the visa restriction on Jamaicans. The outgoing High Commissioner to Jamaica, Judith Slater, says that they are looking into it. Well, if they don't look into it, we need to leave the UK ASAP. Yes, man, because we don't want the monarch as a head of state, but yet still Jamaicans have to get visa to travel to the UK. Doesn't make sense in my opinion. So I hope Andrew is taking stock of this and make sure that this is part of his manifesto as well. Yes, man, and I'm sure a lot of you would support this initiative.
Jamaica is going to become the Singapore of the Western Hemisphere, without question.
Whilst I agree that Jamaica could be the next Singapore, of course, we would like to eliminate corruption from the country as well, because every country is corrupt, and Singapore started out by making sure that governments are well paid so they can minimize the risk of government being greedy and being corrupt. And Marky G put this into his manifesto, to which Jet will definitely support.
I hear the Prime Minister talk about he would love to make Jamaica into Singapore. When I heard that, I had to laugh inside my stomach and say, hey, imagine him talking about Singapore. Singapore's success was built on honesty and integrity in government, and a very robust policy that fought against corruption.
Marky G is attacking the recent investigation by the Integrity Commission, to which I did a video that you're seeing now on your screen. So if you haven't seen that video, just go back and click the channel logo, and then you can search for that video and have a watch. I mean, from my perspective, the Integrity Commission did not specifically say that Dr. Andrew Holness was enriched by any wrongdoings. However, it did find inconsistencies. Yes, man.
Jamaica cannot be or become Singapore when we wallow in the sinking sands of corruption under this government which he leads. That is why we are committed to the necessary reforms to improve accountability and transparency in this country. That's why we're going to modify the glad clause in the Integrity Commission Act. Because we have a situation right now where them say, I think it's 10 MPs are under investigation for illicit enrichment. And we only know of one of them, who is the Prime Minister, because that report came to Parliament a year ago. So right now, chances are that at least another 9 of them are running in this current election, and the voters don't know that who they're being asked to vote for is under investigation for illicit enrichment.
Whilst I'll agree with Marky G that corruption should be tackled anywhere you see it, it should be tackled across the board. Yes, man. The Contractor General did an investigation, I think in 2010, about some irregularities and some issues that wasn't too transparent. This was back in 1990s under the PNP government, that the National Investment Bank of Jamaica invested heavily in a hotel project connected or associated with Daring, Bunting and Golding. Yes, man, Marky G company at the time. This firm was founded by him and Peter Bunting. So they call it the sweetheart deal. And this has raised a lot of eyebrows, and it cost the taxpayer a lot of money. There was also some issue to do with FinSac, which we're not going to get into because that is for another video. So yes, we agree in tackling corruption, but it should be across the board. Yes, man. So Marky G put 2 good policies to which Jet likes. Yes, man. The tackling of corruption, and also to remove the Privy Council as the final court, and perhaps make Jamaica, like Barbados, a republic state. But what if Marky G was elected as the Prime Minister? Would he continue the growth and success that continued and particularly started under the Labour government?
We are the ones who put the fiscal rules into law when we were in government. It is those fiscal rules that have enabled Jamaica to get through this period of intense debt reduction, which is a tremendous achievement for Jamaica, which both administrations can claim credit for, us for initiating it and doing the very heavy lifting of the earlier stages, the government for continuing and bringing it to where it is.
Speaking on TVJ's Angles program, to which Jet is reacting to, Marky G is correct that the initial fiscal arrangement was started under Portia Simpson, as Jet understands, and the JLP government continued it. Hence, we've benefited from such good growth and debt reduction, but the growth part of it was primarily under the Holness initiative and the Holness government. Now, if Marky G was to be elected as the Prime Minister, would he continue the Holness initiative and continue to grow Jamaica rapidly as done under the Andrew Holness administration?
And then we'd have to look at the discretionary expenditure that's in the budget that was just approved, which is $360 billion, and decide what areas of it will we continue with, what will we maybe defer, what may we scale down, what may we completely discontinue. Because at the end of the day, we won't be voted in to government to continue what the JLP has been doing.
So there you have it. You've heard it from the horse's mouth that they will not continue what the JLP has been doing, given the fact that the JLP is growing the economy. Jamaica is one of the fastest growing economy in the world at the moment. Crime is down and Jamaica is building a lot of infrastructure. Jamaica could be the next Singapore in a few years' time, but the opposition leader Mark Golding said that he may not continue what the JLP is doing. Now the question is, looking at the manifesto and the achievement thus far, so is this two different visions when you look at the manifestos and the achievements so far, or just one set of achievement package as promises by the PMP? Whose vision really leads Jamaica forward? You know what I'm going to say. Tell me in the comment section, do you see a duplication, or do you think that the PMP is offering something truly new? Well, Jet believes that based on the evidence and evaluation as I've just gone through, it appears as if the PMP borrowed a lot of things from the JLP's achievement in continuing it and perhaps to grow Jamaica to be successful. Well, the choices are yours, and who would you vote for at this general election on the 3rd of September? I know who I would be voting for, because I vote for positive policy, growth and successful initiative. I vote for stability. I will vote for man or woman who will be growing the economy and who have a decent track record and a better vision and who have proven success. Write your comments below, man, and let's have a discussion about this. For those of you forgotten to subscribe, please remember to touch the like button, smash the subscribe button, touch up the bell, and remember to share with your friends and family. So here we are going now. We are going to jet off,